So a good place to start would be a review of the object-oriented programming model. And we went through the book and we played a lot with point. And I guess to sum up, a class is a collection of related variables, and a class also has a set of methods, or can have a set of methods like these here, that are used to manipulate the values of those collection of variables. Okay, so for the point class, we had two variables, x and y, because that's all you need for a point, and the associated methods were, get x, get y, or distance from our origin, or you might even have a method like double x or double y, something that affects the value of x and y. So here. And so then the class definition is ignored by your compiler, just like a function definition is. And it's not invoked, it's not run, or the constructor is not run until you create a instance of the class. So we are going to say class name, parentheses, and give it any arguments that the constructor needs to create those set of related variables and set them equal to their initial value, right, to initialize them. So you give it their arguments, and we're going to save it in a variable. So after running line 21, the variable p contains the object point, right? So p is not simply a value like 5 or 10. It consists of two variables, an x and a y, that are equal to 7 and 6 respectively, and we can also run these different methods on that point, right? So another instance of where we've seen this is with the turtle, right? The turtle is a class, right? And when we made our turtle, we said t is equal to turtle, capital T turtle. That was the name of the class. It took no arguments, and it created a set of variables that related to a marker on the screen, and we set it equal to t. Okay, great. Well, now t, we can get one of its instance variables is the x position, right, and the y position. So we can get that information by saying t.xcore. Right. That returns the x position variable that is a part of the turtle object. And so we can also run a function like forward, right? And forward takes a argument 50. So it's taking turtle's current x position or y position, depending on what direction he's facing in, and it is adding 50 to it. So it's moving it from its current position and then adding 50 to that axis, whichever axis he's facing in. So we've been dealing with objects this whole time, and now it's time for us to define our own, which we have with the point class. And so now here we're going to apply it to the RPG program, right? So what we have is we have a set of global variables here that describe our hero, right? And this works fine because our program is so simple. But what about if we had an RPG story with 100 different characters, right? Would we have character 1 energy, character 2 attack, character 1 attack, character 1 gold, character 1 weapon, character 2 energy, character 2 attack, character 2 gold, and so on? No, that'd be ridiculous, right? So what we would do is we would make a character class, right, which would have energy, attack, gold, and weapon, and we would create different objects of that class throughout our story, right? So that's what we're going to do here, and we're going to, instead of having these global variables that describe our hero, we're going to make a class that describes our hero, and also create some methods that will manipulate these instance variables of the hero class.